From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Braden Neville.
On today's episode, Tim White joins the show to talk about a mission trip to the Philippines he's embarking on with World Vision. And we also get to know one of the newest Ticats coaches, DB's coach, Brandon Isaac. It's Thursday, February 29th, 2024, and this is Ticats Today, a rare February the 29th, the final day of February, starting to feel like we're getting a little bit closer to spring, even though we had that big snowfall in Hamilton in the area yesterday. Tim White, lucky for him, got to avoid all that, being out in California as he shows off normally when he's on video with me with the palm trees in the background. And he joined me today to talk about heading to the Philippines with World Vision for a mission with several other CFL players to give aid to those in need. And he joined me to discuss why he chose to give a helping hand. All right, Tim, you're about to embark on a pretty incredible mission with World Vision in the Philippines. What exactly will you be doing out there to help, man?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, helping those that are in need. World Vision is just a great foundation that, we get to go out there. It's a first time experience for me doing anything like this. So it's going to be awesome. But, it's going to be a few players out there that are in the CFL. We're going to go out there. We're going to be invited to, their culture, their community out there in the Philippines, and just try to make a difference the best that we could and see what the best way of going about it is.
What inspired you to join this mission trip with World Vision? What was the inspiration behind this?
I would say, the kids. Anytime that you have the ability to help, children who are in need, I think that that's one of the biggest motivators in that process, and I'm really looking forward to just seeing how it pans out, getting out there and just seeing, the feeling and just going through the experience. I think that's just a great opportunity.
How long are you going to be there for, Tim?
It'll be a 10-day adventure.
10-day excursion. Have you ever been to that side of the world before?
I have not. This would be the first time I would be out there. Yeah, I've never been there. I heard it's nice and warm though, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're used to it, right? In that LA weather that you're always flexing behind me in your back in your backgrounds.
Yeah.
There's some training that you have to do to go through this. What kind of training was involved in getting prepared for this trip?
Really, it was a lot of meetings, a lot of communication, just making sure that, we have everything ready so we're able to go out there, and then just understanding the environment that we're stepping into, understanding, the people that we're going to be speaking with, dress codes and all that, those type of things. And then, for the most part, we're going to be learning on the fly, I think this is going to be one of those experiences where, you just take in a lot, and I'm kind of just in the passenger seat, just like, learning, throughout this adventure.
Who are some of those? Have you met any of the players that are going to be going out there with you? Do you know who's coming with you?
Yeah. I believe it's Nick Dembski from the Palmers, and Reggie Bagleton, and Dequa from Montreal.
Montreal?
Yeah, safety from Montreal, yeah.
So some CFL stars going out to help in the Philippines, basically.
Yeah, definitely some big-time players. Hopefully we can influence, CFL fans to, really be engaged and, really get things going out there, just whatever they can offer, that'll be great.
Well, you have such a great platform, Tim. How do you use your platform to show issues like this and to promote what you're going to be doing out there?
Yeah, definitely just social media, utilizing social media to try to get outreach to those who are watching, and just hopefully string a chord, in their heart that just says, that we can offer whatever that we have to help these kids out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's such a great cause, and it's incredible that you guys are going down there, and some guys who, have a lot of other things on their plate, but to add this it's really good on you and the rest of those guys for joining. How do you feel this experience is going to impact your perspective on life? Because something like this kind of can change you, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what I'm kind of just sitting here thinking about, like, man, how is this experience going to go? And I feel like it's going to be an impact, for a positive. I feel like when you see people in less fortunate situations, it kind of brings you back to perspective of, how grateful you should be for the things that you have.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and especially going to a place like this. And how did this kind of come about? When did this plan, or when did this come to you, or when did you go to them to do this?
Yeah, basically, it really happened after I believe TSN did, a nice interview on me about, my upbringing. And
Hmm.
I believe right after that, they reached out. It was during the season. And yeah, it was just, they reached out to me. They said they wanted me to do it. And I'm like, I thought about it for a little bit and just, looked at, what they were about and what they did. And I was like, yeah, I think it fits what I'm about. So I definitely wanted to take that on.
Do you think there'll be a beach out there for you to do some beach workouts on the side, Tim, on your downtime, or what?
I really don't know, but I'm sure there are some very nice sites out there.
Now, what have you heard about where you'll be going? Because obviously, it's a place that's that's not as lucky as blessed as we are, and going through some stuff. But what have you heard about where you're going to be going to?
Yeah, just that, there'll be some tough environments, of course,
Mhm.
like there is anywhere. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm really just learning on the fly here, but yeah.
I mean, Tim, good on you, man, and it's gonna be, I'm sure, an incredible journey for you and for the rest of those guys going. But for you to help out with such a big cause, it's probably gonna go a long way, and for you to use your platform the way you do, man. And I just want to congratulate you already and wish you good luck out there in the Philippines.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna need it, man. I'm looking forward to learning a lot. So I'm definitely gonna need that look right there.
That was Tim White, and good luck to him in the Philippines. The Ticats DV core has been shaping up pretty nicely with the re-signing of Stavros Katsantonis, Rich Leonard, and also the addition of Jamal Peters, a big addition right there. And the man who will be helping to lead that group is the newly appointed DB coach, Brandon Isaac. Isaac won a Grey Cup as a player in 2012 with Scott Milanovich as head coach and spent 7 seasons in the CFL, including in 2013 with the Ticats when he made it to the Grey Cup, but unfortunately fell just short. And he then transitioned to coaching, where he got the start with Saskatchewan as the quality control coach in 2017 and 2018. And then he later moved on to Edmonton in 2022 as the DB's coach there. But he has now decided to reconnect with head coach Scott Milanovich, this time as a coach, and he spoke to me about making the jump. Coach, thanks for joining me today, man, and how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm excited about this upcoming season and excited about coming over to the Hamilton Cats organization. Played there in 2013, went to the Grey Cup and played against the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to win, but I'm familiar with the area and the organization as well.
When did Coach Milanovich first contact you about coming to join his team and join this coaching staff?
Well, right when it was available, it was time permitted him. We kind of linked up and had some discussions about the possibility. He asked a few questions about me and my aspirations of things I wanted to do, and I told him some of the things that I would like to see as far as my career transcending and developing, and we kind of hit off there, and then we kind of linked up ever since. I'm familiar with him. Worked together when I played for the Argonauts. We won the 2012, the 100 Grey Cup for the Toronto Argonauts. So
Yeah.
I know Scott, and I know how he likes to do things. And after having that discussion, I wanted to be a part of it.
A legendary Grey Cup, by the way, and yeah, is that a guy you've kept contact with over the years since you're playing with him?
Absolutely, absolutely. I watched him throughout his NFL tenure. Talked to him a few times, but also talked to him when he was about to take on the Edmonton Elks franchise. But it's been fun, and finally we have connected, and just looking forward to the opportunity.
In that when you won that Grey Cup in 2012 and Scott was your coach, what was it about him that made you and that team so successful back then?
Oh, the way he leads. He's a very offensive-minded guy, very meticulous in his approach. You got to be where you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to do that. Be there, hands-on, speaks the truth. Very, very good to hear someone speaks what he feels and does it with an understanding of the role. To each person, it sounds different, but he knows how to pull you and differentiate his message so that he's on your level. So I was excited about working with him again and look forward to leading Hamilton Tiger Cats to victory.
Why did you feel that Hamilton at this point in time was the right fit for you?
After just talking to him and being able to talk to Mark Washington and talking to those are the guys. Well, O and Scott are people that I'm familiar with and I work with, and then them telling me about Mark and his faith and his family football approach, and just having a discussion with him. I found it was time for a change.
Mm-hmm.
Go somewhere where it's unfamiliar, but also to learn and grow, to develop to be the person I want to be. And they seem like as if it's the place for me to be by what they consider is a good organization and how they function and run things. And I was blown by that. And so I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to get things started.
You played in Hamilton. Are you excited to make the return in front of this crazy fan base here at the Donut Box?
Absolutely, absolutely. I can remember we played Hamilton this previous season, and one of the fans, when I played, he had for Halloween, we played him Halloween week, and he had a poster of me and all the stuff on it. Okay. And then after we played the game, he mentioned to me about it, and then he kind of recollected, and I was like, you know what, that was an awesome feeling during that time, not knowing that it would be full circle and I'd be back in the same situation, but not as a player, but as a coach.
Does it almost seem full circle? You won a Grey Cup for Coach Scott Milanovich as a player, and now you're going to be on his coaching staff. That's almost a full circle moment in itself, right?
It is. Very much so. So like I said, I probably done said it a bunch of times, but I'm going to say it again. I'm excited. I'm honored and pleased, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be there. But with his way of doing things and the organization with starts with O and Ed and Mark, I feel very good about our chances. The pieces that we put together during this off season, as far as free agency, and the pieces that we already have, I think we have a really legitimate shot about winning the Grey Cup.
Coach Mark Washington is one of those coaches that's loved by the players. One of those guys who's just so cool, calm, and collected, easy to get along with. What has your experience been like with him? How long have you known Coach for?
Well, throughout my playing career, I ran across him, but I never had the opportunity to kind of sit down and talk with him and really learn his philosophy and the things about, who he is as a person. But through these last few weeks, we've been Zooming and having discussions about his philosophies, about family, about his faith. He's a big believer in his God. He's a big believer in family and in football. And you can see the passion that he has. He's a very compassionate person. He's a loving person, but he's very flexible in the way that he listens to things that I have learned, my expertise in the past, and the things that I believe in. And he writes them down, jots them down, and he comes back and we have discussions about it. And it speaks value to who he is as a person. He's always kind of the same, with great energy. He's upbeat. He's enthusiastic about the upcoming season. He can't wait till we get there. I told him I'm gonna enjoy this warm weather before I get there, because the day he showed us they had snow. Y'all had snow up there on the ground. So yeah, I'm not excited about that part, but I'm excited to get to work and get things going.
Where are you staying during the off seasons normally, Coach?
Well, South Carolina. I'm from South Carolina, so I'm living in South Carolina. That's my home base.
So the snow is not your favorite then, being in South Carolina. It's beautiful up there. I've been up there before.
Yes, I like snow, but I like it too. I don't like it all the time. I like if I can go for a week and enjoy it and get away from it, perfect. But for months, I'm no fan.
If it's a CFL playoff game in November in the snow, it's not a big deal though, right?
No. It's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of guys on this secondary to be excited about, and the first guy I want to talk about is a guy who had a breakout year last year in Stavros Katsantonis, and a guy who looks like he's been making the stride every year. But what can you say about him and getting to work with him coming up for next season?
Stavros is a very instinctive player. He does the great job of reading route combinations and being able to position himself to be able to make plays. As you saw last year, he made some unbelievable interceptions. He seems to always be in the right place. I'm excited about that. Excited to help him grow, to help him be the best version of himself. He's a terrific athlete, and I'm just looking forward to helping him out and helping him grow to become the best version of himself.
Another guy that re-signed, Richard Leonard, a veteran, just always solid, always poised. But what can you say about him and watching him play over these years?
Oh man, he's a savvy vet. He understands the CFL game. You don't too often trick those guys because they understand the nuances of playing football. Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking forward to seeing his leadership style, what he brings to the room as far as being able to take the young guys by the wings and showing them what he has learned over the course of his career and helping pull us together and be that person that is a coach on the football field. So I'm excited about his ability to continue to grow because he still has a lot of things that he can get better at and making the room just come together and be one unit.
The final guy I want to ask you about is a new player coming over, and there's ton of guys I could talk about on the secondary, but Jamal Peters, I mean, this guy is a dog. We've seen it, the way he plays. He's just gritty. He's kind of that perfect example of what we need in Hamilton, and he's coming over here. What can you say about him joining the Hamilton Tiger Cats for next season, coming into his first year?
Oh, he brings a lot of attributes. Like you said, his size, his tenacity, his instincts. The ball seems to find him. I'm excited about that. The turnovers and giving our offense another opportunity to put points on the board, and even him scoring when he touches the football. Talking to him, he seemed humble and grateful for the opportunity, but he seems hungry to get better, hungry to compete, which bodes well for the room. Like I said, I like for the room to take on the same mindset and understanding of what we're trying to get accomplished and making sure that he leads by example and play a high level football, which he has shown in the past. And I hope and pray that he continues to bring that to the table.
Glad he's going to be in the black and gold next season and not the blue and white. But yeah, another great guy. Exciting to see. You've been coaching for a while. You were in Saskatchewan. You were in Edmonton. Do you feel as though that this experience and the experience you've had already coaching has helped you progress along the way as a coach and going into this job now in Hamilton?
Absolutely. More time on the clock. I feel like you gain a better understanding of the expectations of yourself, but also from the organization. Over the years, I have gained a lot of knowledge about the game of football, and I look forward to continue to grow. That's a part of my move from Edmonton to Hamilton is continue to develop. It's a lot of things I know, but it's also a lot of things that I don't know. So I look forward to working with Mark, again, Young, Fletcher, and everybody else in the organization to continue to grow and expand my knowledge on football. This is something that I'm passionate about. This is something that I see myself doing for a very long time. And to do it for a very long time, you gotta learn a lot and be flexible, but also learn to communicate and understand the room. So I just look forward to continue to grow and expand my knowledge on the game and help these football players become the best version of themselves.
Coach, what do you see this secondary shaping up as already? I know we haven't even hit training camp yet, but when you look at the guys in this group, what kind of secondary do you see us having for next year?
Oh, the expectations are the best.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we shoot to be the best. We shoot to be the best football team, the best defense, the best secondary. And if we sitting that bar lower than that, then we failing ourselves. We got a athletic room, a lot of skills and talents. Now it's all about conformity, coming together and understanding our responsibility and doing it with pride and understanding that Hamilton is the right place to be. And let's be excited about it. And let's come to work every day knowing that at the end of the day, we want to be the best secondary in the league.
Getting me excited here, Coach. Get me ready to watch some football here. Then counting the months right now. But before we go, there's a couple months left here. What are you and this coaching staff right now working on and getting prepared as we approach the season in a couple months?
Everybody's new. So the vernacular, just understanding the terminology of Mark's defense and collaborating with the wordplay and understanding how we fit and how we're going to mesh this thing together and just making sure that when time the players come, we're on the same page and we're saying the same things and learning about each other, learning Mark and his family. Mark has his son preparing to go to college, looking at schools, doing things, already in college, he's in school, preparing for college and things of that nature. Talking to Glenn, he's a big golfer.
Yeah.
Just likes to cook. So we just trying to vibe and appreciate one another. I think the biggest thing with coaches is this, understanding each other and appreciating one another, so that when we come to work, we're excited to work with each other and happy that, we're in the room with a bunch of good guys. So that's been the main thing. This learning.
What about you, Coach? What do you like to do? I mean, you mentioned some guys and what they like to do. Football aside.
Oh, right now, big on faith right now. Just trying to find myself and find purpose and understand who God is in my life and what direction He wants me to go in. I'm just trying to be generous and kind. Right now, I hit with I'm in Blackville, South Carolina, so I hit with the recreation department. So I have a little basketball team. And we practice Wednesday, Fridays. We have a game on Saturday. So just giving back to the community. I like reading. Got the reading Bill Walsh, The Score Take Care of Itself. It's about leadership. And Bill Walsh running the San Francisco 49ers and how he turned one of the worst football teams into a dynasty. So that's something I like to do. I like billiards. I like shooting pool. And chilling with my family. So it's not much, but at the same time, I enjoy it. And every day I look forward to talking football and going over football. You say not football, but that's kind of hard not to talk about football when you put so much time into it. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Well, it sounds like you're doing pretty good, Coach. I appreciate you joining me today and looking forward to meeting you in person when we finally get around the stadium here. So thanks again, Coach Brandon Isaac, for joining me today.
All right, thank you.